Join spiritual psychologist and India's #1 biofeedback practitioner, Ritu Malhotra, as she guides you through the paths of self-discovery and personal transformation so that you can live in alignment with your values and purpose. This podcast is brought to you by AJNA Center for Learning. To know more about AJNA and connecting with the host, check out the links given in show notes. You are listening to the Cellular Alchemist podcast, and here's your host, Ritu Malhotra.
I'm in the garden, and it's time to plan replanting, a time of renewing and trusting that my blooms will grow less resplendent once more. It is one more reminder that good things take time. Timelines of nature's cycles, I guess. It's all very peaceful around me, but true to habit, I find myself getting impatient. I want my new plants to speed up. I want to scale up and execute a perfect garden. And I want it now. Slowing down has never been a strength in my life. Perhaps that is why I need the lessons gardening has to teach me. Waiting patiently has much value, level-headedness, and focusing on long-term goals. This reminds me of a time when I was helping a friend put up an exhibition. I was in charge of the decor and lights, and in my enthusiasm, I had attempted to erect a large, very large display with flowers and lights. All went well until a couple of hours before the opening, the display collapsed. Shell-shocked, I sat on the floor, immobilized, couldn't think or walk for a few minutes. Then the realization hit me. We had to get moving. And it had to be done slowly and carefully to avoid another disaster. After 2 hours of painstaking and meticulous execution, we resurrected the 8-foot-tall edifice. Whew! At last I sank inside an easy chair, just relieved and grateful that it got done. Just then a lady came up to me and said, "I watched how you did that. Good job. It took a lot of patience though." Until then, I hadn't thought how I had done it. I was so intent on restoring it that I didn't feel I was being patient. I wasn't thinking about anything else except focusing on the job. And that was my goal. Much later in retrospect, I felt the gratitude. I saw the lessons. Every setback is an opportunity to foster resilience. When I can delay gratification, it gives me the resolve to go on and remain optimistic. Instead of my habit of now, I've got to do it now. It must happen now. Yes, gardening can be a spiritual practice. You cannot hurry it up. It's just one thing at a time. Flowers are restful to look at. They have neither emotions nor conflicts. So, be patient. Examine your options and work to move forward. If things work out, then great. But if they don't, then we try something else. It's that simple. As Hermann Hesse says in his book Siddhartha, I can think, I can wait, and I can fast. Signing off now. Be well and talk to you soon again.
That was this week's episode for the Cellular Alchemist podcast with spiritual psychologist Ritu Malhotra. Don't forget to follow the podcast and join us next week for yet another episode. Thank you for listening.